I'm actually going to be bringing to you data analysis. So, what do you mean by even data analysis? But before I proceed, this particular page, this my page, I'll be using it to take tutorial on Microsoft Word, then CorelDRAW for graphic design. But I just decided to add the data analysis because I see the need of maybe you as a maybe an employee, or you are even working for someone. So I just see that most people do need this data analysis, knowledge to work. So that's why I just decided to add it to the free online training that I'm doing on my page. So, but nevertheless, let me go back. When we talk about this data analysis, we talk about procedure by which you can use to carry out data cleaning. How you can just maybe someone can just give you a data that for you to work on it, where you can remove some unuseful information or some unuseful data, where you can just remove it, and where you can arrange the data, you can sort it, you can just do a lot of modification, and so that from the data you can bring out some meaningful information. So that is what we actually call data analysis. But now we have different software that we can use to perform this data analysis, starting from Microsoft Excel, to Power BIs, then to what they call it, Python, MATLAB, and a lot of them like that. So we actually have a lot of software that even MySQL too, for database is part of it. So that you can use to, carry out your data analysis work. But there is one particular software that is quite available. Once you just have Office Suite inside your system, this software will be there for you, which is Microsoft Excel. So, and this Microsoft Excel, in case you don't know, is one of the most powerful application or software that you can actually use for data analysis. But I won't just be going straight now, that is my way of coaching. I don't just go straight and be raising example, you know working on data, you understand. But I will try and explain some things, some of the tools, or some of the functions, or some of the text or algorithm that you need to know, right? That you need to know when you are working with data analysis, or when you are working with Excel. I need to say when you are using Excel for you to carry out your data analysis, right? Now this is the Excel. I'm actually opening the Excel. As you can see, the Excel I'm actually using now is Excel 2010. Now if you check the interface, you will see that we have the menu bar, at least uh, though the explanation supposed to be like me explaining all the interface, you understand, but I'm assuming that you're supposed to have at least have a prior knowledge about interface from Office Suite. Maybe if you have been using Microsoft Word, so it's almost the same thing. They have the same interface, just that the functions are different. So now, for example, now I don't want to talk about the um, interface today, you understand, but I just want to give you a clear knowledge on how you can sort your data. Okay, for example, this is the job that is being given. So let's say this is the job that is being given now. So help me to separate these names to first name and last name. So what will you do? You can just make use of your Excel instead of typing it one after the other. So just let's assume that you are dealing with like 5,000 names and you want to separate the first name and the last name. Just imagine the kind of typing you are going to do. But with Excel, you can just do it with just a click. Now let's say we have these three names, so let me just add more. So let's say we have John Mines. So let's say we have Bemiro Daniel. So let's say we have Funke Sheye. So let me say Shinaza Eunice. So let me just add now. Let's say we have Joshua. Joshua. So sorry, let me just type name. So let's say we have Gates B. So let's say we have N. Yes. So let's say these are the names that those are the names that are available for us to separate. Now, if you want to separate this thing, I don't want to be using, you know, command now. I don't want to be using command where I can just say that equal, test, split, and the rest. No, because my next class is where I will be talking mainly on what on the interface. You understand? But I just want to explain what we mean by data analysis. You understand what I'm saying? And just a brief. Now, let's say I want to separate it. This is the assignment given now, or this is the job given to me that I should separate these names. You understand? So I'll just type my first name, I'll type my second. Let me just highlight this, right? Let me just highlight this. So let me go to my data. Then let me go to my data. Let me go to test to column. I'll go to my test to column. So this is the limited characters such as commas or tabs. So let me click on next. Now I will select the limiters that is there. Now if you check this particular things there, you see that there's no comma, so I don't need comma. So I will uncheck this comma. So the limiters that are there is what is space. For example, John Smith, John space Smith, Deola Benga, Deola space Benga. So it's only space that are the delimiters that the Excel is going to read out for me. So then I will click on next. Then now, where do I want this thing to be? Now I want it to start from what? If you check from up, I'm going to start from up. So I'm going to actually start from what? C2. So I want you to place it on what? On C2. So it's actually going to start from here now. So the John is going to be here and the Smith is going to be here, isn't it? Now once I click OK, this thing is going to set fit to everything automatically. So let me finish. Then you can see we are done. So I'm able to separate this thing with just a click, isn't it? I'm able to separate these names to first name and last name. So and that is how it's applicable even when you are handling a big data. You understand? Though I'm going to be having a class on big structure, big data like a response sheet, like maybe tax or income, expenses, and a lot of data like that. Maybe for accounting and for engineering purpose, I can just undo it. You understand? So, but when the time comes, before I will go to all those levels, I will make sure that I give a better explanation so that you can understand how this thing actually work.